All right, guys, Copper Cutlass, and today is going to be a quick video. I came out here, I had some time, and I kind of knew how to head in this direction. So I did like a poor man's leak down test, at least to track down the leaks, right? So I grabbed the long reach rubber tipped blowgun, at about 45, 50 psi. I had no air was getting past the valve, no air was really getting past the rings, nothing that was audibly that would tell me I should pursue that issue with proper tooling, if you know what I mean. Some people will get fanatical and be like, that's not right. Well, sometimes you got to just tickle the spot and figure out if maybe that's it or not. So my next step was to rope the cylinder and remove the valve springs, which, you take out your spark plug, you stuff a bunch of rope in there. In this case, I'm using nylon and holding the valves up. And I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but the number 5 exhaust valve guide is just, the intake's pretty good. It's not bad. That's me moving it up and down, but this doesn't really move much. Maybe like 1,000. This is a little excessive on this one. I should put a dial indicator, but that's our culprit. That's where our oil's coming from. That's where we're killing spark plugs. So, there's a couple ways of going about this, and I could put the fresh engine in here. I could see. I talked to my buddy Dave. He was not interested in just kind of taking care of the one, just because of the work involved, which is understood. But I got other options, so we're going to pursue them and see if I can get somebody to just take care of the number 5 cylinder just to kind of get me through the season. That's what I would like to do. And just to, again, keep it going through the season at this point. And then these heads come off in the winter, and they'll get reworked, and we'll have a fresh engine ready to go in. I really don't want to do an engine swap right at this point in the season. It's starting all over again, tuning, figuring out. I know that engine and this engine, the chassis is going to react different. It sounds stupid, but swapping engines in like the middle of a race season isn't wise, because I've already gotten my driving used to with this engine and the way the chassis reacts. This engine does not 60-foot the same as the single plane small block headed engine did. It traps about the same mile per hour, and I still think there's a lot of untapped potential in this engine. Just we're probably down on power on the number 5 because of the oil. So that's that. So really, I'm not worried about it. We know the problem. At this point, yes, none of this is correct, but I'm going to get fresh valve seals for it, and hopefully that kind of curves it a little bit. I got to measure things out and get the tightest fitting positive type Viton seal on there. These are actually pretty crunchy, the ones that were in there. And they're going to get new ones in there, and that might help it out a little bit. And not really worried about it. It is what it is. We built this engine knowing what we had, and so these heads have seen a lot of action. But either way, it is but a small issue in the grand scheme of things, so long as the valve stays together. There's that. But figured I'd let you guys know what's going on. And despite all this, this engine still runs pretty damn good. And, we haven't, with the new carburetor, it did an 1195 at 110 shifting by ear. And that was like off the seat of the pants, which I knew it's not correct. Once I figure it out, and that was through the exhaust. We know that this thing will probably, like always, run 0.2 faster with the exhaust uncorked. So it was kind of like right back to where this engine should be. This engine should be good for 1170s in normal racing conditions. Like what we had last weekend, it was like low 70s. It's a really nice day. This thing should be good for that. And then obviously last fall I did an 1158 at 113 in like 36 degree weather and mine shaft air. So, yeah, but it's good. So we figured out the problem. Follow along because I'm going to have some calls to make. See if we can at least get this fixed up. And we got options. We got people out there. We got friends. So we're going to call around. We're going to see what we can do. See what we can make happen, whether it's wrong or right. At this point in my life, with everything going on, I do not have the time to really do an engine swap because it would require me to do a lot of tuning like I have with this car, which, yes, part of the problem was the number 5 cylinder that causes some issues, but part of the problem was not. Part of the problem was also it's a fresh combination, and it always takes me 2 or 3 outings with an engine to get everything working right, to my liking. With the last engine, it took me 4, actually. And we had carburetor issues that we didn't find until like the 6th time we took the car out. So either way, I'm going to let you guys go. This is a short one. Share, like, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. It's Copper Cutlass. We'll see you around. Keep you updated. We got 3 more weeks till our next race, so we might make something happen. We'll see what happens.